Hello and welcome to Jeopardy at Home. I'm your host, Alec Winchell. Welcome back to another game. Now, before we begin today's match, I want to take a brief moment to talk about the side project here at Jeopardy at Home. It does turn out that you cannot force someone to take a paternity test in the state of California unless there are current legal proceedings against them. Of course, I would never bring a lawsuit against Alex Trebek, maybe for being too smart and handsome and beautiful. But we found a loophole. And that's what matters. More to come on this, folks. We will find out if that man is my father. But first, we have an exciting game for you today. Javi here to defend his throne against two ferocious competitors. Let's first say hello to Katie. Katie, how are you doing today?
Hi. We are excellent. Thank you. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
We absolutely love to hear that. We have another friend joining us from the other coast here to take down the king. Michael, how are you doing? My friend, you could not be more muted. I would double check if maybe there's a problem with headphones. This technology is wonky. I'll let you know if we can hear you, but go ahead and just shriek in the meantime. Of course, we have to say hello to the current champion, winner of last week's game. Javi, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to be back.
We're excited for you to be here. Now, Katie, I don't know if you caught Tuesday's episode, but there were actually 3 contestants who joined us from the elementary school JTD. I'm just curious if even the mention of that name boils your blood.
It does. You know, the rivalry between the Cougars and the Greyhounds goes back a very long time. It's a very historical rivalry, and it really just grinds my gears.
I sympathize with that completely. From this random sample size, statistically significant, it seems like everybody hates JTD. That's sort of weird. Michael, let's go to you. Can we hear you talk now?
I hope so. You know, that's kind of the point of the game.
That is beautiful. You have a luxurious voice. Now, you don't yet know the categories on today's game. But let me ask you this. What would be your ideal category where you would get every single question right?
You know what? I would have to say it would be flora and fauna. I'm really into the Latin terminology of plants and animals.
Wow, not what I was expecting, and it is absolutely on this Jeopardy board. But that would have been a good one. Javi, we finally come to you. You won Tuesday's game, which means that if you win today's, you will become the second back-to-back champion in Jeopardy at Home history. That puts you in elite company alongside only Simone. How would it make you feel to sit beside her on the pedestal?
I mean, Simone is a legendary player, and everybody knows that. And to get a seat beside her would just be a dream come true for me. It's something that I've strived for my whole life, and I would just love to.
We love to see the respect. There's no time to waste. Let's take a look at the board. We have 5 categories today in a single board game with one final Jeopardy coming up at the end. The categories we're looking at are cats, movie scores, disputed borders, media mascots, and then modern authors. I'm going to give you a book, and you're going to tell me who wrote it. No one is touching their face, but Katie, I'm going to say you look the most anxious, which means you begin with control of the board.
All right, sweet. Movie scores as in music, yes?
That is exactly what it means.
Okay. And then disputed border. What does that mean?
Unfortunately, I cannot answer any questions.
Okay.
I like you bending the rules, bending it like Beckham. Go for your choice.
Thank you. Okay, I will do media mascots for 800.
Okay, this is by far the most thoughtful a contestant has been. I love it.
Okay.
This longtime insurance spokesperson is portrayed by comedian Stephanie Courtney. Javi, that's you.
Who's Flo?
That is correct. Flo from Progressive.
Oh, fuck.
Javi, board is yours.
Let's do authors for 1,000.
Okay, swinging big. Milk and honey. Javi?
Who is Rupi Kaur?
That is correct. I do need to figure out a better way to make sure that I'm calling on the right person. Simone was quick to point out that I actually did her dirty a few times. So, Katie, I apologize if you were there right quick. Javi,
okay.
We're back to you.
Let's do authors 800.
Okay, sticking with it. Little fires everywhere.
Oh, fuck.
Everybody's upset about this one. Any answers? No, nothing. We're looking for Celeste Ng. Celeste Ng. Javi, back to you.
Author 600.
Okay. Between the World and Me.
Oh, fuck.
Infuriating category right at the start. Nobody, it's on the tip of everybody's tongue. I can see that. No, we're looking for Ta-Nehisi Coates. Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Let's finish it off.
It's tragic.
Gone Girl.
Oh my god.
Who is Gillian Flynn?
Oh my god.
I love the attempted interruption, but yes, Gillian Flynn, that is correct. Everybody chomping at the bit. Javi, it's back to you.
Let's do Disputed Borders for 400.
Okay. Somaliland is a self-declared state that the international community instead recognizes as part of this country. We're still stumped. We don't have to think too hard about this one. No late guesses coming in. Katie, is that a hand?
Somalia? Like,
That is correct.
Woo!
Sometimes too confusing though. Katie, the board is now yours.
Okay, media mascots for 1,000.
For 1,000, okay. Despite her roots in 19th century minstrel shows, this character continues to be the face of her own breakfast brand. That's Javi first.
Who is Aunt Jemima?
That is correct. And unfortunately, that's also true. Javi,
Yeah,
board is yours.
That one sucks.
Media Mascot 600.
Okay. Clean up an aisle creepy. This bald-headed, white-eyebrowed mascot has a confident, devilish gaze. That's Javi first.
Who is Mr. Glad?
That is incorrect. Do we have another guess?
Ooh.
That's Michael. What do we got?
Who is Mr. Clean?
That is correct. He is an incarnation of the devil. Michael,
Let's go media mascot 400.
okay, finishing the category. This insurance company has featured cavemen, camels, and a gecko in its commercials. I've got Javi first on that one.
What is Gecko?
That is correct. Katie, make sure those sweet little fingies are in frame so I can see when you're buzzing in. Javi, board is yours.
Borders 600.
Okay. Secretary of State Pompeo announced that this Asian special administrative region no longer enjoys a high degree of autonomy. Michael.
What is Hong Kong?
That is correct. Breaking headlines on the show. Back to you.
Let's do movie scores 800.
Okay. It's no laughing matter that this film took home Best Original Score at last year's Oscars. Javi?
What is the Joker?
That is correct. Joker, but we will take the extra the. No problem there. Javi, board is yours.
Disputed Borders 800.
Okay. This state lives in the shadow of China, who refuses relations with any country who fully recognizes it. That's Javi.
What is Tibet?
That is incorrect. Any guesses? We are looking for Taiwan. We did not quite find it.
That's what I was
Board is
thinking.
back to Javi, I believe.
Disputed Borders 1,000.
Okay, finishing the category. 53 countries are now signatories of the treaty governing this disputed landmass. Big points up for grabs. Will anyone take a swing? Big, chunky landmass. We are not going for it. It is Antarctica. It's huge.
Really?
It is a little bit disputed, yes.
Wow.
These things are all true, at least as far as I know. Back to you.
Movie scores 1,000.
Okay. This composer is a frequent partner of Barry Jenkins and wrote the Emmy-winning score to HBO's Succession. A lot of stumpers on this show. He's got absolute bangers in his Spotify, but we are not familiar with Nicholas Breitel. Nicholas Breitel. Again, we go back to you, Javi. It's anybody's game right now.
Movie score 600.
Okay. He's got a friend in Disney after composing the scores for Toy Story and Monsters, Inc.
Oh,
That's Javi.
Who is Newman?
That is correct. Just for fun, do you know his first name?
I want to say Randy.
That is also correct. I wish I could give you double points. Are we finishing the category?
This is tragic.
This is so sad.
Yeah, 3 movie scores 400.
All right. This German composer has been Oscar nominated for his work in Inception, Interstellar, and Gladiator. I'm going to say that I saw Hyman's fingers first.
Who is Ludwig van Göransson?
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Javi.
Who is Hans Zimmer?
That is
Oh,
correct.
Jesus.
All right. Before we go to the final category, we're taking a quick look at the scores: 400, 800, and 4,000. Javi, our champion, in the lead, but it is still anybody's game. We're going to go now to Javi for his selection.
Let's do Cats 1,000.
Okay, trying to take the other players off the board. This popular board game involved the trading of resources, including sheep and ore. That's Javi first.
What is Settlers?
God.
That is correct. Settlers of Catan. Javi, your selection.
Cats 800.
She starred as Max Black in the CBS sitcom Two Broke Girls. That's Katie.
Kat Dennings.
That is correct. Kat Dennings. Katie, your selection.
Woo! Okay, Kat 600.
This is the second installment in Suzanne Collins' Hunger Games series. That's Katie.
Catching Fire?
That is
Fuck, that's
correct.
the first-
Piece by piece, we got there. And we are now going for the final clue in Cats. This ocular affliction results in cloudy vision and sensitivity to light. That's Hyman.
Cataracts? What is cataracts?
That is correct. And that finishes a board that was filled with a lot of stumpers, which is, of course, my fault. We take a look at the board now. We've got Michael in close third with 1,200. Then we have Katie in second with 1,800, and our champion Javi with 5,000. Let's go ahead and take a look at the category for Final Jeopardy. It is civil engineering. Interesting, civil engineering. Go ahead and take some time to think about how well you know modern engineering feats, and go ahead and write down your wager. Hyman, you have 1,200. Katie, you've got 1,800. And Javi, you have 5,000 points to play with.
And do we text them to you or?
You can, or you can just go ahead and write it down on your phone or a piece of paper and then show it to me later. Don't show it to me yet.
Oh, shit.
No worries. Don't
That's
show it to me
something.
yet. I'll prompt you in a second. Just go ahead and write that down. Then I'll show you the hint itself. 30 seconds of that sweet melody playing to go ahead and write down your answer. Then I'll ask for everybody's. We have all our bets in. I'm going to cue up the music and we'll take a look at the hint. It took nearly a decade and hundreds of millions of tons of sand to build this group of artificial islands off the coast of Dubai. 30 seconds. And that is time to put our sweet little thingies down. We're going to go ahead and start with Michael, who had 1,200 points to play with. What was the wager? I'm curious.
1,200 points, Alec.
Just saying, okay, 1,200 points. And tell me, what was your answer?
Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. That is a good guess and an incorrect one. Unfortunately, you lose your points and you will tumble down to 0.
Respectably.
Katie, we move to you. 1,800 points to play with. What was your wager?
500.
500. Okay, keeping it conservative here. And tell me, what was your response?
I don't know.
And you fall down to just 1,300, puts you in second place. You go to Javi, current champion, and the man who didn't need to wager anything. What did you put up for grabs?
I put up 500.
Okay, just 500 points. And what did you say?
I said, what are the Alphabet Islands?
What are the Alphabet Islands? I like that guess, but it is just as incorrect as the others. The answer we were looking for is what are the Palm Islands? A series of artificial islands constructed near Dubai. They look like palm trees. But it doesn't matter. With 4,500 points, Javi, you come in first again. Add that to your previous score for a whopping total of, quick maths, 4,100 plus 4,000. I believe that's 8,100 points over 2 games. Congratulations, Javi.
Thank you very much.
Javi, you're a champion. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
congrats.
I'm joining Simone. It's a real honor.
An
I think
impressive
this game was built for you too. Like, this is what you were born to do.
Maybe.
I'd like to take this opportunity for all contestants to either be respectful to each other or alternatively to openly criticize me for making a bad board this game. Anything to say?
I don't think there's such a thing as a bad board. I think there's just contestants that need to improve, Alec.
Whoa!
Wow.
Concluded.
You know what? Coming from my ex-boyfriend, that actually hurts a lot.
We're getting
And
into it, aren't we?
Oh, I'm right
You
in
know what?
between this battle right here.
Michael, don't miss your chance to get in there. Do you think they would make a good couple or a bad couple?
Considering the tension in the room, Alec, I don't think it's going to work out.
I think history is on your side. Well, that's a fantastic game in spite of a challenging board. Thank you to all our contestants. Valiant effort from Katie and Michael. Javi, congratulations, joining Simone in the pantheon of greats, and your streak may just continue. 8,100 points throughout 2 games. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job,
Cool.
Javi.
Thank you. Good job, guys.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Do we go?